welcome to episode 10 of the Fantasy Fitness Podcast. I am your host, Taylor, and with me, as always, is my beautiful and lovely and repeatedly at this point kicking my ass at fantasy co-host.
Oh, I'm Julie.
Yes, that is you. I know it's a shock that you keep beating me.
No, I was just so distracted by what you said.
I know. It was a big compliment for you. But it has been true. You have been for coming up on 3 weeks now.
Yes.
Yeah, 3 in a row. You have just not even edged me out on our points competition. It has been like 20, 30, 40 point difference.
Well, as I was telling my team today in a team meeting, I'm just really good at fantasy football.
I know. And it was fine having this arrogance and confidence and swag when we weren't going head to head in the same league together, and I wasn't repeatedly losing several weeks in a row. But here we are. And we just finished up week 7 of the NFL season, and we're going to go into what our teams looked like, how they did, our MVPs, our weakest links. Obviously, I foreshadowed on who lost between Julie and I for our lowest point punishment. But we'll talk about last week's punishment. I will draw, and then we'll just get into all the rest of what we're coming up on to for week 8 of fantasy football, and just more of our life and what we've been doing and all that good stuff.
Yep.
But to start us out, to close out week 7 of the NFL, since you not only won your matchup, but won our weekly bet, who was your MVP for this week?
This is very sad, but my MVP was New England's defense.
Yeah, this was a wild week for defenses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've seen it, at least once, if not a couple times already in this season. But the defense is just raking in points. How many did they score? 21?
No, 19.
19?
But Kelly had Cleveland's defense, and they got 25.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about mine yet. But I don't think that's sad. That's an awesome MVP to have on your team, because that is a position you expect to get realistically 3 to 7 points.
Yeah.
Like that's every week. That's what you kind of expect a defense to get. 19 covers a failure, and they played pretty early for you. Yeah. So you already had that one in the bag. You had a guy covered if they fucked up.
Yeah, I guess I think they were in the 1:00 game.
Yeah, but okay. So how about position wise? If you had a skill position MVP, who would you pick this week?
I mean, it's pretty much tied between Ladd McConkey and San Francisco's kicker. I don't know how you say his name. Pinheiro?
Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt it. Every time I try to attempt saying a name on this podcast, I hear how it's actually pronounced and I butcher it.
Yeah, but I guess even with McConkey being, I mean, sure, Trevor Lawrence got 17.64, but honestly, that was disappointing, which I didn't know. We referenced this on the last podcast episode, but he was in one of the international games, and if I had known, I would have switched him out.
Yeah,
at least he got 17. But Ladd McConkey was also a mistake. I definitely should have played Keenan Allen, which I already knew. I said Keenan was a must start, and here I went not starting him because he did bad 2 weeks in a row. And then, as fantasy football goes, as soon as I benched him, he gets 23. When in the last 2 weeks, well, I guess it was his second easiest matchup, so I should have looked at that. But in the last 2 weeks, he got 8 and 4. So
one of the things that we did learn going to this, we heard some opinions and other takes from other fantasy pros about it, is when, at least for this season, I mean, it's the first season that's happened, Quentin Johnston is on the field. Keenan is going to be the guy over the two, over McConkey and Allen. And that's no knock at McConkey. He's going to have those high and low games, but between Johnston and Allen, those are going to be the two targets.
Yeah.
That are going to be used.
Very weird, though, that when Johnston was out, McConkey got nothing.
Yeah. So it's weird, but it happened. Like, we saw it happen in real time. People said Johnston's in, play Allen. We heard that a little late with it, but
it wasn't even from Fantasy Pros that I heard it. It was just in Keenan Allen's group chat on the Yahoo Sports.
Yeah, which has some wild takes and it's full of very questionable.
Oh, everyone's a hater until the player starts doing
until
well.
They start doing
they're
well.
like, dude's washed, and then as soon as he starts doing well, they're
I wasn't even talking about that. I was talking about just the straight up
the other stuff
racist and everything else that's put in there. Yeah. Which Yahoo put a report button.
I know, yeah, there's not, where everyone's in there and they're like, did he party over in so-and-so's chat?
Like, oh, yeah. I'm not even going to mention it, but y'all know who. There's no baby oil in this house. All right. So how about your weakest link for week 7?
I guess it was Kamara. Well, Waller ended up going out injured. So there was that. He was a big fat 0. But and no, it wasn't Kamara either. It was Genty with a whole whopping 3.9 points.
Yeah, and we were talking about Genty earlier.
Yeah, it was just a tough matchup for him against Kansas City. But in his last matchup, that was a tough one for him. He got 13.4. So
yeah,
that one was supposed to be harder than Kansas City.
He's an interesting one for fantasy owners right now because, game 1, I mean, it did middle of the road. And then the next 2 games, really nothing. And then shot up on that running back ranking and how many points he was carrying. And
yeah, he got 32 against Chicago.
Yeah, like an insane game. But yeah, he's has that momentum. He's supposed to be that stud running back, first round draft for fantasy running back. And you start seeing those numbers. It's like, yeah, this is why I got him. And then
kind of
week 7,
nothing was that exceptional. His 32-point week was like great, but the other ones were 13 and 15. It wasn't great.
Right. Yeah. But still, he was that first round running back that, I mean, in a lot of fantasy leagues, he was a top 4 or 5 pick.
Yeah, and he's got a pretty tough road ahead, so I don't know.
Yeah, the Raiders just look terrible.
Yeah.
And that's largely what's hurting him. I was very skeptical because we really only saw him at Boise State, and yeah, he did great in college, but it's always that question, college to NFL, and I said that very early on. You don't know how he's going to transition, but because of those super highs and lows that he's had this year, that's a tough bind for fantasy owners.
Yeah,
with him, because do you trust him? Can he?
Well, like I said too, though, his matchups coming up are mostly hard ones for their team and for his position. So I don't know. I guess we'll see.
That we'll have to.
I don't really have any other options, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and again, in our league, I'm sounding like a broken record at this point, but dude, 14-man leagues are ridiculous.
Yeah, it feels especially true this year. There's a lot of injuries and a lot of questionable,
stupid amount of injuries, which I personally will be getting into in a little bit. All right, so with your MVP and weakest link, you ended up winning your matchup.
Yes.
It was relatively close.
No, I beat her by like 11 points.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Well, I remember it being your kicker. Oh, that's right. Yeah,
it came down to my kicker.
Kicker ended up getting like 3 field goals or something like that.
And I think she had Judy in at the same time. And no, my kicker didn't get 3 field goals. He only got 11 points, but it was enough.
Well, I mean, that's
pretty much the points I won by. So
pretty decent for a kicker.
Yeah. Well, last week he got 18.
Yeah, you needed him to score 2 points before they played, and he got 11. So that's pretty good for a kicker.
Yes.
All right. So that was your MVP and Weakest League for week 7. Let's get into.
And yes, no, I do think it's important to note that I moved from 11th place to 8th or 7th place.
Yeah, 7. Yeah. You made a big jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even jumped ahead of you.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. Now, I only dropped 1. But still, yeah, I am on a just turd train these last few weeks. And I thought this was going to be more of an issue early on in the season, and then my team would get stronger. And it ended up being, so far, middle of the road at the start of the season with some flashes of greatness. And now it's going just terribly. Like, this is at least my second, if not, it's for sure my 3rd week in a row losing to you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's either my 2nd or 3rd week in a row losing in our league. And yeah, I'm on the struggle bus with my guys. But for my MVP for week 7, I gotta go with She Rice. I mean, he scored the most on my team, so it's kind of hard to argue that he's not the MVP. I mean, he almost got 20 points, 19.7. It was that first week back. He was a guy I had been sitting on my bench since I can't remember who in our league dropped him, but they didn't know he was going to be. Well, there was no
Cassia, who is now in last place and blaming everyone else.
Yeah, no, it's her fault, whatever. But there was no suspension ruling during our draft. And then it came out that he had a 6-week suspension. She dropped him. I immediately went in there and picked him up and was just sitting on him. I was like, Mahomes is going to be stoked, and that entire offense is going to be stoked to have him back, and they're going to use him. He's a great player. And first week back, he did. He got 19.7 points. He got almost or around 7 points above projected in our league. So by far my MVP. Didn't have a whole lot of other greats for my team this last week. My weakest link is, again, Cam Little and my defense. Like, they're tied. They both got 1 point. I picked up Pittsburgh defense to go against Cincinnati. It should have been a great matchup, but of course, Cincinnati goes out. They score 33 points. They're just going all over Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh isn't by any means a great team, but they were doing all right. I looked at all of their stats for the weeks before. They, were doing okay. And then they do that with Cincinnati without Joe Burrow. And it's just like, I can't catch a break. And then Cam Little, this was an international game. Are you seriously doing ad drops as we are recording right now?
How did you know that?
I get alerts. We are talking about this last week, and you are sitting there doing ad drops.
Yeah, well, not for anything you're talking about.
I know.
I just took a deep cut because Kamara.
I'm talking about how bad my players are, and she's over here trying to make her team better.
I know how bad your players are. This is for the audience. But anyway, Kamara is questionable with an ankle injury, and Keandre Miller is out for the season, so I picked up their backup.
Yeah. just can't believe you did an ad drop mid-sentence of me doing this. Like I wouldn't know and see.
I don't know how you get alerts. I don't get alerts when people do things.
It's a phone.
Oh, I have made, by the way, the most transactions in our entire league this season.
Hmm?
Yeah, I was looking at that the other day. I did not know you could even see that.
Yeah, you've been shuffling around a lot.
Yeah, I think now I have like 24 or something, considering what I just did. And then I think you or Corey was next. And then
yeah, this is the most I've done probably ever in fantasy. And there's lots of reasons why for that. But anyways, before the league transaction interruption, kind of breaking news. Banana.
Oh, yeah, it's me and then Corey and then you.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no. Kelly has done 19.
Yeah, so it's pretty much, other than Julie, the most transactions I have from the people that have the most injuries or not stacked teams.
And you and Corey have both been dealing with quite a bit of injuries.
Yeah.
Kelly too.
But anyways, going back to my weakest links, talking about Cam Little.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of
unfortunately, yeah. I mean, it's a no-brainer coming up for week 8 because Jacksonville's on a bye. But yeah, 2 weeks in a row, 1 point. Or
literally 0, any other kicker would have gotten you more points.
Know.
Any other one.
And it really wouldn't have made a difference. Like, I scored 76.5 points. Pathetic numbers.
Yeah.
And yeah,
that's what my opponent got.
Yeah, it just was not a good week for me.
But really, like, there's no reason to hang on to a kicker. Really not one.
No, I know.
Even if he got that exceptional whatever field goal you were talking about, that's one game.
I know, and I was really banking on
I switch mine on all the time.
That being the thing that kept him going throughout the year. And it's just, he had a couple of good games, but
the problem with kickers is that their team has to give them the opportunity, and they just haven't been giving him.
Jacksonville has not been, and we didn't wake up for the 5:30 a.m. game. It's a Sunday. I'm not. I work.
The one time we did, we just fell asleep anyways.
Yeah, I just work fucking crazy hours. I'm not going to wake up for a 5:30 a.m. game on a Sunday when it's one of my only days off. No. We woke up and watched some of it.
Maybe like 5 minutes.
Right, yeah.
If even that.
Yeah, we woke up at like 9 o'clock.
Put it on and then we were like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we put it on and then fell back to sleep.
Yeah.
But I missed it at the beginning. I saw someone say, I didn't go back and look, that he might have missed a 50-yarder. Whether he did or didn't, I mean, those are good points if he makes it.
Yeah.
But what's been frustrating with Jacksonville, and it's happened 2 weeks in a row now, where they get into scoring position, they do not need to score a touchdown. It wouldn't make really any difference in the outcome of the game. And it comes to 4th down, and then they just go for it. And I have a couple issues with that. I understand being competitive and wanting to score and trying to find some life in your team going forward, but it's the NFL, and when you run unnecessary plays, you also run the risk of unnecessary injuries. And now we haven't seen that, as far as I know, any star players on those attempts get those injuries for Jacksonville, but you have a kicker. It doesn't matter. You're down by like 3 scores with 3 minutes left. Like, you're not going to win that game.
Yeah.
Just kick the ball.
Literally, though, you could get anyone else and you would be doing that.
I know. But ultimately, it wouldn't have made a difference. I mean, my big kind of worry going forward right now is Nico. He first round for me. He was my first pick. and he went out in the fourth quarter with a concussion. And concussions can be anywhere from mild to severe. They're back the next week till, they're out for a long time.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten any real updates or status on it yet, but that is a concern for my team. Bucky Irving, I don't know what's going on. I know he has foot and shoulder. That one's really killing me. I mean, he was such a pinnacle of my team for points. And again, he's ruled out again for this week.
That sucks.
And yeah, so it's another 0. I was really hoping, like, Vidal, great pickup for the week that I got him. He got 5.5 points this last week. And I was hoping, all right, I'm going to get Bucky back.
That's better than one of my first round draft picks.
Yeah, but still, second round pick, Bucky, I mean, he's out again. This is going into 4 weeks now, I think, of him being out, and it's killing my team. Other than that, I mean, really, the only other change I could have done, which again, it would have gotten me 81.5 points, was to go back to Juwan Johnson at my tight end, and he got a little over 10, but I had Fannin in, and he got 5.6.
Honestly, though, like, not even the top waiver wire pick for kickers, the Vikings kicker, Reichard, he got 18 points last week.
Yeah.
That would have made a difference for you.
I mean, it definitely would have gotten me closer.
Yeah.
I lost by...
Honestly, I'd get him
over a little less than 25 points.
The top 3, McManus is questionable and hasn't played in weeks. Pinero's the one I just dropped because he's got a really tough matchup this week. Romo, I'm not even sure why Parker Romo is the first choice. I guess he has an easy game this week, the third easiest, so that might be a good one for you. But Reichard looks really good. His numbers are like consistently high.
Yeah, well, I already made my kicker decision.
Oh, who'd you get?
I picked up New Orleans kicker Groupie. I don't know. I don't pay attention to New Orleans after Breeze left.
Why'd you pick him?
He's projected to get 7. They're going against Tampa. And Tampa has allowed points to be scored, but this is how I approach my kickers. They have a defense, especially against New Orleans, that is good enough where New Orleans could get close enough for field goal range, but not finish off the job.
Right.
And so went with him, hoping I actually get some production out of it.
I'm sure you'll get better than 1 or 0.
Yeah, I really, really hope so.
Honestly, I haven't seen that from any other kickers. So
yeah, no, I've been. Yeah,
it's like you were saying earlier with defense. Like, your goal is to get anywhere between 3 and 7, and that's a decent day. And the only person I've gone up against this year was my last week matchup where she got -1. Like, anything is better than going negative. And anything is with a kicker is better than a 1 or a 0.
Yeah, so. And 2 weeks in a row, and that's, no way around it. That's my bad for
kind of. You wouldn't expect that 2 weeks in a row.
I know, but even going back to last week, I probably held on to him for too long.
Yeah,
probably should have. Like, I wasn't even looking. I had so many other moves I needed to put my priorities on.
There were weeks where I was like, oh, my kicker got like 10. And you were like, Jesus,
Yeah. And I've said it time and time again. Kickers are important for your fantasy team. Like, especially in a league with ours where they don't get penalized for missing field goals. Like, in years past, with kicks that Little missed last week, and from what I heard this week, he would have been negative. And that is not okay.
Yeah. But that's why I just played the waiver wire for him, really.
Yeah, and I should have been more on top of the ball with it. But this is a good transition to our changes that we're making, if any. As we know, you did just do an ad drop. But for week 8, I'll lead us off with it. I still potentially have more changes I need to make because I had about 8 different notifications about health status changes on my players today. And I had put Bucky back in because he was going to be good to go. I mean, I think he was still questionable, but everything was looking good. And then it comes out today, nope, he's out. And I was like, God damn it. So, yeah, Vidal might have to go back in again, which could be good.
Yeah.
We'll see
what does their matchup look like? I think it's supposed to be a harder one.
Yeah, he's going against Minnesota. Minnesota is a pretty decent team. But I mean, as of right now, he is at like 10.75 projected. So I will take that. I mean, with the running backs, that can go anywhere. I still get to run with Scattaboo. He just keeps getting over projected. Nico, yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait and see what the actual final decision on whether he can play. He didn't practice today, but that doesn't mean he won't be ready by game day. So I got to keep an eye on that. That's going to be a big punch to my team because Cooper Cup, one of my other options, they're on bye for Seattle. I still got Romeo Dobbs, so he can go in. But then Juwan Johnson also became questionable today after having another good week. Thank God I picked up another tight end just in case. And Baker's questionable again. It has never really affected him actually going out to play. But again, every week, questionable, out,
yeah,
questionable.
A lot of that this
yeah,
year.
It just sucks on my team. And if you've been following us along, and again, go like, subscribe, follow the podcast, all of our socials, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Fantasy Fitness Podcast. Just look us up. You'll find us on there. But if you are one of the ones that have been following along with us, I fully admit my team was not stacked. Or I had some guys I was very happy to get, but in no way was I very excited about my team. I was going to be relying on waiver pickups, sleepers, and trades. And we are going into week 8. No one still has traded with me.
Yeah.
I submitted a trade, and within 15 seconds, immediate rejection. And it was for a position she needed.
Yeah, and she didn't even play the guy that you
No. Yeah, so.
But people just don't. That's why the guy who wants to come on our show keeps talking about how people don't trade because it's not fun.
To touch on that real quick, we did mention a couple episodes ago that we were going to be having a guest. We are still planning on having him coming on as a guest, and it is purely because of my work schedule that hasn't happened yet. I have fluctuated between 11:30 a.m. starts to 3:30 a.m. starts 2 days in a row to 6:30, and yeah, my work schedule gets bounced all around, and it has messed with my sleep schedule. But we'll get into that when we get into the life and everything. But we are still planning on having him as a guest, and most likely it'll be next week's episode, so episode 11. Hopefully, expect a guest to be joining us. But to transition back into fantasy football, any changes of note that you're making on your team?
Well, I did re-pick up Gadsden, but he's just sitting on my bench because I had to drop that other guy, because I think he's out for the season.
Other guy.
I don't know what his name was. Waller.
Oh, Waller.
And then I also, so next week I will be playing, but I can't play Gadsden. I can't play Gadsden because I would be playing 3 people from the Chargers, and they're supposed to have a tougher matchup. So I'm not going to play all of them, but I am going to play McConkey and Allen in the same game. And then I'm also playing Kyle Pitts. He's just projected to do better than Gadsden, so I'm just going to go with that. He also is supposed to have a really easy matchup. So um, Pitts is supposed to. They're playing against Miami.
Yeah,
so
I mean
should be a good one.
Yeah, that's a fair matchup, and Pitts has been.
He's been doing all right.
Yeah, I mean he's doing above. I would say above projected.
Yeah, kind of. Not really. He has had 1 double-digit game. And then Lamar Jackson is supposed to be back. So, I mean, maybe. Right now that he practiced today, so that's promising.
I would be shocked if he's not back.
Well, the coaches said basically maybe. They did not guarantee it. They said, quote, "It's hard to put a number on it. I don't have any shareable injury intelligence." That was from Harbaugh. So.
Yeah, I would be shocked. I mean,
he has to do at least 2 full practices, so the next 2 days before he can be approved to play. He did a limited practice today.
I think you're going to be good with it, with how they rested him and the bye week. Yeah, I know it's a hamstring injury I was dealing with, and those are always big question marks for these guys. But that was the whole reason for not even a question of a doubt that he wasn't going to play the game before the bye week. Rest him up, get that bye week. This is
You mean the game after the bye week?
No, the game before. But they didn't play him the game before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he had the bye week, and now they're bringing him back.
Maybe. He didn't practice Monday, and today was limited, so we'll see.
Yeah, he's going to
play. But that's what I was telling you earlier, though, that as long as he does start playing again, the real winners of week 7 are the Ravens, because they have such an easy road ahead. They have the Bears this week, Miami next week, and then 2 games that are maybe harder, the Vikings and Cleveland. But then after that, it's the Jets, the Bengals, the Steelers, Cincinnati, and then 1 more tough game, New England, and then Green Bay. So they really still have a shot at winning their division.
I think they're going to be all right. And that's big for your team to get Lamar back.
Yeah, for all of those easy matchups. It's freaking sick.
Well, I mean, he's one of those guys, even when it's not an easy matchup. He's Mr. Score points and get touchdowns.
So. Freaking all these backup quarterbacks I've been playing get literally half the points he usually gets. It's ridiculous.
Well, I'm glad
that's why I traded for him.
You're gonna get
It was quite good feeling that I still beat the person who traded me Patrick Mahomes for Lamar this week, though, because that was my opponent this week, and she had Patrick, and of course he did great, but I still won.
Yeah,
and I won with a freaking 0 on my list. So,
well, I lost with someone getting a 0. Yeah, I don't know how to feel right now. This fantasy season.
I feel like you should draw a penalty.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. But yes, because I lost to Julie yet again on total points. And if you guys didn't go watch the punishment for last week, it was the hot ones, hot sauce.
No, it wasn't. It was roll for shot.
Oh yeah, it was roll for shot. That one was such a throwaway one that I forgot about it.
It was fun though.
It was. We both ended up rolling for like black licorice drinks.
Yep.
I think I won because I got Jaeger.
Yeah.
And it's.
But you had to buy, and that was.
That was my quote unquote bye week.
You would have bought me a shot anyways if I was like, "Hey, let's go roll for a shot."
Yeah, it was basically just an excuse to take you out. So, all right, the football punishment is back. Nothing has been added.
But nothing easy is left in there, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I have no idea. I know there's hot dog, and I know there's
The
crawling through
lemonade
the store and the
stand,
lemonade stand, but I don't know what else is in there.
doing the
Oh,
other
the
person's
makeup.
makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, here I go. Drawing the next punishment. It's the lemonade stand.
Nice. That's cute.
So, yeah.
I think you'll be doing a lemonade stand this weekend.
I don't
And
know
you
if you
have to
guys
sit
could.
at it. You can't start working on the freaking Halloween
I
decorations. You have to
know.
sit at
I
your
will.
lemonade
I'm
stand.
going to be like a cute, sweet little 8-year-old trying to earn money for
I
something.
think you should have to do it down by the mailboxes, not in front
I'll
of our
do it
house.
down by the mailboxes.
Yeah.
But yes, so now it says lemonade or cocoa.
Yes.
It's going to be lemonade because I just think that's funnier
It
at the
is
time of
funnier.
year it is and how cold it's
We have
been.
lemonade packets, so we're
Yeah.
all set.
So,
And we have solo cups, so you're really all set.
yeah, we're going to be set. And I don't want to do it in our punishment football, but we can go.
I think we should just do it in the punishment.
We got that from the dollar store. We can go get another
Well,
one.
we have pitchers.
Yeah.
I mean, not pitchers, but we have like actual like those things.
Lemonade
Yeah.
containers. Yeah. But there also, I didn't know that there was the caveat of 2 hours.
You said that.
No, I don't remember saying that.
You
but
did.
yes.
I wasn't going to do 2 hours, but you did.
So I have to do a lemonade stand for 2 hours in our neighborhood.
We'll just set up the tripod and record.
And it'll be like the weekend before Halloween. You know, when lemonade is very desirable.
You're going to look like such a weirdo. I wonder if anyone will come talk to you.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure. This is what the fuck are you doing? It's October and you are a grown ass man.
I'm gonna watch it be like really. Oh, it's supposed to be a windstorm this weekend. I don't know if you actually really could do it this weekend.
Well, that will just be even funnier. I gotta do it,
and I just don't know if you can.
I'll do it. No quitter. Wind doesn't affect me.
It's supposed to be a legit windstorm.
Yeah. Well, rocks. But yeah, so there we go.
I can't believe none of us have pulled the hot dog.
I know. Well, you added more, so the chances of getting it by the end of the season.
Yeah, but I still can't believe that we haven't pulled it.
Well,
it's crazy. It's like the first one we put in there.
The way shit has been looking and going into this next week, I'm most likely probably going to have to draw again.
What are you projected to get this week?
Well, at this point, I honestly don't even know because
it's easy to see what you're
I was projected to get like 90 something, but then I had, like I said, 8 different health status changes. Well, I think I'm like 85 right now.
Oh, good.
And I'm playing Corey, who is either in last or second to last. He's projected to get like 90 something.
Yeah. Well, some of his players who were injured have come back.
I know. So. Yeah. So, fuck me. This is how my season's going right now.
Yeah, you've got Irving out, Johnson questionable, Collins questionable, Mayfield questionable, McLaurin questionable.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I still have some options, but again, when your team isn't that good to begin with, when you lose the only guys that were, it's just a bad scenario. I need.
But it's actually, if you put Vidal in and everyone else ends up not being questionable, I'm projected to get just over 100 points, and you're projected 99. So that's actually pretty fair.
I was also all the way up until Monday projected to beat you. And you got how many points last week?
Like 86 or something.
Yeah, and I got 76.
Yeah.
I was projected to get like 104 at one point.
The projections say it's supposed to be a close match.
Yeah, projections can suck my ass.
I know. The Yahoo projections are
so trash.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, Yahoo, every other app, at least, I mean, anything can happen. with a player in a game, and projections are never a guarantee by any means. But Yahoo, your projections are garbage. Just you've been around this long, figure something out.
Well, I think it's also I really do think it's just a weird season. Last year, I feel like the projections were like a lot more accurate in Yahoo.
I don't know.
Which is why, Sugam started being like, stop talking about the projections. If you say projections one more time about me, and that's why I changed my name to Projected to Win.
And to be fair, I haven't played fantasy on Yahoo since 2011.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we just looked that up.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is fantasy football for Julie and I, the Fantasy Fitness podcast crew. And there's clearly, we have the same record. I do want to throw that out there.
For now.
For now, we have the same record. And overall, I think you have like less than 10 points more scored than me, which is why you're in 7th. Such an ass. A very cute ass, but such an ass.
Really good at fantasy football. What can I say?
It's not still early.
It's a gift God gave me.
Just this was your purpose on earth.
This is my playoff run. I'm getting there.
Yeah. I mean, you're close. You're knocking on the door there. But all right. So that is going to wrap up football for us. Let's get into just some of our fitness.
I will say also, this is the time where people in our league stop giving a shit. So they stop setting their lineups. They stop playing because they feel like they've already lost. So if you and I hang in there, we will get to the playoffs.
I hope so. Again, I got last year in my previous work
and
league.
Anything's better than last.
It is. It's still better. Still want to beat you.
I know you want to talk about the Mariners, though, so talk about the Mariners.
Yeah. So we have made it very known. We are up here in Washington. I have grown up my entire life a Mariners fan. I have been to countless games in my life and with my dad and with friends and other family. Like the Mariners have always been a very big, important team in my life. And they made an incredible run. We had Cal Raleigh set records that I don't honestly know will ever be broken by a catcher, and the furthest they ever got. I also, other than the Seahawks losing the Super Bowl when they didn't run Marshawn.
People were making that joke about how they should have run the ball in the Mariners.
It's not funny. It's not funny. I legit cried at the end of that game.
Some guy commented that today on TikTok. Oh, you didn't want to post a video of your man crying?
Julie left the room. Like I was going through every little superstition.
You made it sound like I left the room when you were crying.
No,
I did not leave the room when you were crying. I left the room because they were doing better when I wasn't watching, so I went to take a shower.
Yes, I spent what felt like 4 hours standing in the kitchen after getting up a little bit before 2 a.m. to work and would not move from the kitchen because they were at a 3-0 lead, a 3-1 lead the entire time I was there. And then the 7th inning comes along and a 3-run home run by George Springer, which Blue Jays fans, congrats. I know with us being in Seattle, there's a lot of you around and you guys travel like fucking maniacs down here. But congrats on making the World Series, but screw you guys. We needed this so bad. I know you hadn't been since like 93, but we've never been. We are the only professional sports team besides the Kraken Well, no. Yeah, in all of professional sports, the Mariners are the only one out of all the teams playing to never make the championship game.
Wow. Wait, so every NFL team has been to the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, no. I take that back. Every team but the Mariners has made the World Series.
Oh,
where like NHL, there's I don't remember the numbers, but I'm just gonna throw out arbitrary numbers, so don't chastise me on these. But like 5 teams in the NHL have never made it. In the NBA, 6 teams have never made the championship. In the NFL, 3 teams have never made it. In baseball,
only the Mariners.
there is 1 team
How
to have never made the World Series, and it is the goddamn Seattle Mariners. And
this is the closest they ever got.
They made it to the NLCS before, but not. This is the furthest.
Yeah,
I will say they made it, and the fact that it was Game 7,
and they had
win or go home to go to the World Series.
Yeah, and they had the lead for a while.
For most of the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was an absolute heartbreaker. Me and my dad were supposed to go to the first home game. I jokingly said at the very beginning of the season, because I haven't talked about this. My dad's going through medical stuff, and I jokingly said, if the Mariners make it, we gotta go. Like, we have to go see a Mariners play in the World Series, and for both of our lifetimes, because we went to damn near every home game of the 2001 season when they set the record for 116 wins.
Yeah.
And I've seen them play in the Kingdom. I have seen Griffey and Edgar and Boone, all of these iconic players for the Mariners. And the only, besides like when I was an adult, we go with my friends, it was always with my dad. And after they won the first NLCS game, the next day I get a text saying he bought 2 tickets for the first home game for the Mariners if they make it. And I was pumped for a lot of reasons.
So sweet.
And yes, I probably cried out of heartbreak because the Mariners lost and I really wanted to see them make it. But it was for more than just that.
Yeah, time with your dad.
Yeah. And it would have been extremely special. But I'm very hopeful for a lot of different reasons that this just is the universe or God or whatever baseball Buddha is out there is saying, not this year, but next year. And also carrying that over next year for my dad, too. I have to put all my eggs in that basket.
And I'll be sending you with a baby and a baby carrier.
That would be
and
awesome,
all 3 of you will go watch the Mariners. But all 3 of you will go watch the Mariners at the World Series.
That would be dope.
Mm-hmm.
Baby's first World Series.
3 generations.
That would be sick. Mm-hmm. All at one game. Mm-hmm. And babies don't need tickets.
Yeah, right. Though your mom would be like, no, it's our day with the baby.
No. Baby's going to the World Series. But, yeah. So, yeah. Needed to get the Mariners' heartache and depression out there and talked about and done with. But it's over. Good luck to the Dodgers and the Blue Jays.
No, to the Dodgers. We're not rooting for the Blue Jays.
I know.
Their fans were rude to us on TikTok.
Yeah, we found one mean Canadian. And then he had the audacity to say...
And we can't vote for the people that took us out. So, Dodgers it is.
Yeah. Well, I have family that are from LA
Nope.
and
Oh,
Dodgers fans.
I
So
thought you were going to say for the Blue Jays.
no, I don't. None of us are from
Fuck
Canada.
your family.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, go Dodgers. I mean, we still got blue up here. Well, I guess that's also the Blue Jays. No, go Dodgers.
Yeah. No.
This is America.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is America's pastime. You can't win the World Series,
Exactly.
Toronto. Yeah. All right, let's get into some workout stuff because yet again, you are dominating at that more than me. So, what has your workouts and fitness and everything been looking like?
This week I switched it up a little bit to one. I started step bed again, so I'm doing. My goals are like basically 9,000 steps for a regular day, and then like 11,000 for a power day. So far this week, I've gotten 3 over 10,000 day steps, so that's good. And then
Nice.
over the weekend, I didn't work out, but last week I was really consistent, and this week so far I've been good too. It's harder time wise to like make sure I get my steps and get a workout in because I do work from home and we are busy and I am still struggling to wake up in the mornings to work out. So I've been working out after work. Then it's like making a choice. Like, do I have an hour to step or do I have an hour to work out? But instead of any other cardio during my workouts, I've been doing I've just been having ChatGPT write them, but doing treadmill sprints so that I get steps in each of my sets, and that actually worked really well.
Your workouts have looked awesome
Yeah,
that I've seen.
yeah. So I've been doing 4 7-minute AMRAPs, and then I told ChatGPT I don't want any more than like I think I said 3 movements in each one, so that I actually get like quality rounds of each one. And then today, though, like I didn't have time, so during I lead wellness group at my work, and during wellness group, I walked for that hour. Then I needed more steps, so I did that, waiting for Taylor to come home while working, which was cool. And then when dinner was cooking, I went out and I did 4 rounds of bench press. One of them was a warm up, and then the other ones were with the weight. And then I did 3 sets of 12 ab machine things. So I still got something,
Yeah,
even though it wasn't a
like I
workout.
said, you've been
Got all
killing
my
it.
steps and I got some weights in. So
You've been absolutely killing it. And on the complete opposite end of the spectrum has been myself. I still haven't gotten in back into a routine or anything, and it's a little lame to blame my schedule, my work schedule on it, but I have been my body and mental just load has felt absolutely brought through the ringer with how much it changes and not getting enough sleep, and it's been very easy to come up with excuses. And legitimately, there have been days where if I honestly felt like if I didn't get a little bit of sleep and then went out and worked out, I probably would have hurt myself.
yeah.
But again, it's still an excuse. And tomorrow I have the day off. I've already said and determined and gonna follow through with before I have to go do some appointments and other stuff like that. When I wake up, I'm going in and doing a workout. No matter what. There's no excuse for tomorrow with it. And yeah, our weekends we have been busy the last couple. Doesn't mean I couldn't have even gone out and done like 3 sets of 3 movements and just busted it out.
That's why I did the 2 that I did today. I was like, it's better. Like, I know I got my steps and I intentionally walked for over an hour today, but I still wanted to get some weights in because, like I was telling you a few weeks ago, I was frustrated that I wasn't seeing progress on my bench press, and that's because I wasn't doing it consistently enough. So I figured if I did it today, even if I didn't do a full workout, I was still working those muscles and doing my bench press,
Getting something out of it
Yep.
and working towards
Well,
it.
I think it's more than getting something. It's again, you're teaching your body like, "Hey, we lifted that before and we need to push it away, so today we need to push it away again."
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean getting something out of it as in, yeah, you at least did something. It was towards your goal.
Yeah.
The decision you made, you got something out of getting closer
Yep.
to it. And yeah, I will be the absolute first one to admit I have just been a lazy piece of shit when it comes to the fitness
You haven't
and
been lazy,
coming
but you gotta
when it
just
comes
figure
to
out
the
what works out.
fitness.
Yeah.
I know I do a lot of other stuff, but when it
Mhm.
comes to the fitness, it I it's just been very easy and justifiable for the excuses of why I'm not doing it.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, everyone can make an excuse that they feel like is justifiable for not being active and being healthy for themselves and for their loved ones and everything like that. And I'm in that hole right now with it. And it will bounce back. And with it being coming up to winter and the holiday season, I know I'll be working a lot of weird shifts and just I will be working on figuring out how not to let that
You should just
dominate it.
pick a number. You should pick a number that you feel like is like non-negotiable, like 2 times a week. So regardless of what your work schedule looks like, 2 times a week, you like commit to yourself that you're gonna go do a full workout in there.
There's lots of way like I like that. There's lots of ways that are very easy for me to go out there and just do it.
Yeah, I also think regardless of how shitty your schedule was, if you just went right after work, you could still get a nap in,
No,
you
I
know?
know, but like yesterday, I did not like I try. It was so frustrating because I needed to just get some sleep,
Mhm.
and I like did all of my little tricks for falling asleep, and then my mom called and we talked for like an hour, and so just it didn't happen. But it was one of those days where if I went out and tried to move weight, I mean, I could have gone out and just walked,
Mhm.
kind of thing. But if I tried, that's not how my brain and gym ego works. I would have tried to go out there and bench or squat or deadlift a heavy weight and could have potentially hurt myself
Yeah.
with it just because of how tired I was. And like my nutrition hasn't necessarily been, I'm not eating X amount of meals with X amount of macros each day. And yeah, it's,
I think that's important too, though. People feel like it all has to be perfect or nothing, right? And that's not true, you know? Like, even if your nutrition's not spot on, you can still work out. And I'm not saying that in your case. I'm just saying, like, I don't want that to be the message we're spreading here is that, like,
oh, no,
yeah, because
absolutely
it,
not.
it doesn't.
I mean,
I've been eating Halloween candy and still working out.
yeah,
Like,
but
yeah.
it's just about consistency
Mhm.
of doing things. And I know that I have got what I'm 35. So coming up on 21, 22 years of exercise, studying, different, all sorts of things in the fitness and health world, getting my degree in it, working in it for a decade, like over a decade. Like, I know that stuff. That's why I know I'm just coming up with easy excuses for me in my brain of why it's okay. I
Mhm.
didn't go out there and do it. But I mean, it's just a struggle right now. It's not that I don't want to. It will come back. It always does.
Mm-hmm.
It's just figuring it out. But it will happen. I mean, this is the Fantasy Fitness podcast.
Yeah, we were talking about that in wellness group today, how it's nice to have like an accountability buddy. But like in this case, the opposite for me became true because I didn't want to use you as an excuse to not do it. So I just went back to doing it for myself because I feel like shit when I don't. And I'm really hard on my own like body image when I don't. I actually like was talking to my therapist about that today. Like even if not one thing changed, if I'm working out consistently, when I look in the mirror, I notice positive things about my body. But if I'm not working out, I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm a fat piece of shit. and
Which is not true.
but it that's what my brain says.
I know.
And so it doesn't matter. It makes me feel better if I'm just doing it for myself, whether or not you're doing it.
And I know, like, we've talked about it on this podcast before, the mental health benefits
Mm.
of exercise. One of my favorite things that I learned through my college education for my degree was one of my psych classes, and all of the research showing that for a lot of people, not everyone, every circumstance and situation and brain chemistry is different, but getting, I think, I want to say it was like 30 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise 5 times a week, could be 4 times.
I
It
was gonna
was
say
X amount of
5
minutes.
seems like too many.
Yeah, I think it was 30 to 40 minutes of moderate to vigorous 4 times a week. It was a total minute total for this intensity and exercise, has shown to have very similar results for battling depression, anxiety, as people that are going through medications with it. Now, again, that's why I put the caveat on it. Brain chemistry for everyone is very person to person dependent. So it's not going to do everything for it. But again, I don't remember all the exact numbers, but it was the fact that exercise for not even that crazy number of minutes a week can have this benefit for yourself as a whole.
Yeah, actually, I think I want to say that I've heard that, and that it's like 30 minutes of exercise 3 times a week. I don't think it's crazy at all.
No, and it's a very obtainable number,
Hmm.
and I've gone through it. Like,
Yeah.
I know how I feel when I'm consistent. Just it's that hole right now, but it's gonna come back. Gonna get into it.
Hmm.
I mean, it's coming up to winter. We got beach season around the corner.
That's one of the things I'm excited about. I don't want to come around to like March and be like, oh, I need to start working out because I have to wear a swimsuit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I just want to be like, oh, yeah, I kept it up over the summer.
No.
I mean, over the fall.
And you've been doing your part. I'm gonna get back into mine. But that's just life. There's ups and downs. There's consistency. There's drop offs.
Yep.
The whole thing is not letting the drop offs become the consistent.
That's why I keep
part of it.
saying I don't want to go more than 2 days in a row. Because for me, I feel like once you hit that third day, you're already building a new habit, and it's not the habit you want. So for me, I get overwhelmed by it when I'm like, oh, it's been 2 days. I have to figure it out today, you know? And in my brain, like it's really hard for me sometimes. Like I'll ask you like on the weekends, like we have this list of stuff we need to do. What are we like, what are we doing? What's the order? And you're so go with the flow. And I'm like, no, like my brain needs the schedule. I can't just go with the flow. And that happens to me when I like even today. Like I wanted to work out this morning, but I didn't sleep last night because freaking Bella over here who's sleeping right now. And and I wanted to work out this morning and then I didn't. And then all day I was stressed about when I was gonna get my steps in and when I was gonna work out. And I just like my brain doesn't do well with that. I need the schedule, you know? But yeah, 2 days in a row is too many for me. But if I'm doing it even at least every other day, then I'm fine because I can give myself that break if I need to. But if I don't need to, then it's great and I got more exercise in.
Yep. And about finding what works for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for everyone.
My therapist and I talked about that too, because as much as I really want to be a morning workout person, it just isn't working for me, especially with how hard it has been for me to sleep. Um, and so it's fine if I can just do it in the afternoon after I work out. It doesn't matter. Like, yeah, maybe if I worked out in the morning, I would be burning more calories throughout the day, but it literally doesn't matter as long as I'm doing it at some point.
Getting it in.
It's been working really well for me to pick up Logan from school, do another hour to an hour and a half of work when I get back, and then immediately just go work out. And that's why I keep saying if you just did it before you took a nap after work, I feel like you'd feel a lot better too. And I know some days, like with the schedule you've had, it's not always possible, but like you said last week, like you get comfortable after work and you're like, you relax and then it's like game over basically. But if you just went straight to like, I'm going to change and go work out real fast and then be done, like then you take your nap and relax the rest of the day,
And I would absolutely love to be able to carry that mindset after not having woken up at 1:50 in the morning and working 11 hours. After finding out I work at 3 in the morning at 6:30 the night before. It's just, that's the hard part. It's a fucked up way to figure out you have a short turnaround and schedule for a long day. Yeah. And would absolutely love to do that.
If any day for you this week was going to work, it would have been Monday. But
yeah. Well, that's one of the days found out I was working at 3 in the morning.
I know, but you got off so early. You were home by like 1 that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that would have been the day because you weren't totally exhausted yet. But Tuesday.
Like, I was pretty exhausted Sunday after the pumpkin patch and everything.
But that still would have been the day.
Yeah. I agree. But again, I've just been coming up with excuses. But it's a period. It's a moment. Mm-hmm. It'll come back. But that, I think, is going to wrap up our fitness portion and what we've been doing. So, again, thanks again for joining us and listening to our fantasy for Julie, gloating for me, just wanting to bury myself recently. Football results. Look forward to seeing my lemonade stand punishment. And the only way to see those punishments are to go watch them on our socials. So our TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We're posting the video version of this podcast on Spotify. It's available on Apple Podcasts, pretty much anywhere you would listen to anything or watch anything. And look up Fantasy Fitness Podcast. It'll show up. You'll see our logo, which is up there, and our beautiful faces, or at least Julie's beautiful face. And yeah, I think, do you have anything to add? No? Yeah, I think that'll do it for episode 10. Yay. We have hit another milestone for our podcast. But again, thank you for joining us. Go like, follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And as always, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.